The union.
Yo.
What's the deal?
What is the deal? It is AJ here with DJ Larry. It is Mid Carter's in Catering Podcast, episode 83. Larry, what is the deal?
I just want to start off this episode by saying for all y'all that's currently clowning me on the platform known as Twitter for the pictures of myself when I was 19 years old, y'all drank Ciroc too.
Well, and that's that.
But other than that, I am happy to be back from our vacation that we had from the holidays, and I want to shout out to everybody who was tapped in on the Patreon, where you can always keep up with us even if we don't have a quote-unquote main episode out for the week. So tap in.
Yes, definitely, man. First episode back since the holidays, man. And holiday hangover is real. It is absolutely real. If not only in the podcasting realm, but even just in the personal spaces as well, too, with just, working and everything. I even had the displeasure of starting a whole new job in between that holiday season. So that's been quite interesting, but nonetheless, man, it is great to be back. Great to be back here talking wrestling, talking everything. Especially just coming off a really, really hot week in wrestling. Not all wrestling, but coming off of some pretty major things taking place while we were gone, and it was no better time than to come back here this episode. I don't want to break the fourth wall. I don't want to say like this evening, this noon or whatever, but
one day we're gonna surprise the fuck out y'all. It's gonna be bright as hell back here.
yeah. One day.
2025 is the year of we here.
Right.
So y'all about to see some shit this year.
But you know what? And I want to kick it off, man. You know what I'm saying? Major announcement. MIC is on Netflix. I wish, because let me tell you something. If this was on Netflix, I wouldn't be here. I'd be getting somebody else to do this shit.
Oh, buddy.
Buddy,
let me tell you, like, the day they say switch up, nigga, I'm Lawrence for real that day.
Y'all might see me like every 6 months behind a microphone. Shit. Like, I ain't even gonna be producing. I ain't doing nothing. Man. I ain't doing nothing but catching residual checks. That's it. You know what I mean?
This shit gonna be some bullshit by that point. It's gonna be hosted by Marcel and goddamn something ridiculous.
Right. Marcel and Josh.
Nah, Marcel and Jamal.
Or Jamal.
I do want to say that I know we don't normally pat ourselves on the back for real, but respectively, I'd like to give you a big pat on the back for the MIC year-end episode and just like the presentation for the slides and how that all came together. If y'all knew the phone calls and conversations me and AJ have to keep this going, boy.
Hey, look, that's even a pat on yourself, because hey, again, like where I bring my pieces of creativity, you meet me right there in the middle with your pieces and like the video clips. Yeah, that's right. I'm saying that he made the video clips. Those previews and everything, and those trailers and all that stuff that you made as well too. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad it didn't lean all on me, you know what I'm saying, in terms of like making all of that content, pushing, to be pushed out and getting everything prepped for that year end. And honestly, that was the most fun year end I've probably had, you know what I'm saying? That I think that might have been the third year in, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
Okay.
about the 3rd year in. So yeah, like that year end was like a whole lot of fun to do. We got some really good engagement um from that
Yeah.
whole thing,
E-
like little discussions and everything of that matter. So yeah, man, it was
it's-
smooth, it was swift. I had a
Yeah.
lot of fun doing it.
Yeah. Even on the other side of the union as well with the show your work, the year end playlist, that
Oh
was
yeah, man,
pretty.
y'all killed that. Yeah,
Yeah,
y'all killed it. Y'all killed
that's
that.
cool. I think that don't quote me on this. I think that might have been our most engaged post for the union on Instagram
Mm,
yet.
it
I'm
probably
pretty
was.
well.
Probably
Yeah,
was. Yeah.
I just kept seeing notifications. This person like they like. I'm like, okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
all
People was
right,
rocking.
yeah. So y'all make sure to tap into those beacons, which have been, it's a nice presentation there. And get everything in one go. So, our beacons is just our username. So, just go on there. And then also beacons.ai/the union, where you can find all the pods and keep up. It's a whole lot of stuff planned for 2025, but I could not start without saying we definitely did our thing in 2024, even though we were chilling,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, a lot. Yeah, yeah. And well deserved chilling at that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
Especially as we gotta prepare for the season that we're about to go into. I mean, we're literally about to kick off the WrestleMania season. So
Money.
we know how this goes, you know what I'm saying, on the MIC front. Like how much coverage and how much storylines we got to talk about and analysis and everything and predictions and all of that we have to put out there. So it was no better kickoff than kicking it off with just recognizing like all of the high marks and a few funny marks in between all of that happened for a very very big year in wrestling all together with the year end. So that was again, that was a lot of fun to do.
Yeah,
Of course, I
absolutely.
always like to look. The one cool thing about it is that so much happens in the year, and then like when you have to go back and look, you kind of forget about the things that happened, and then it's like, holy shit, like this happened this
Yeah.
year, like you know what I'm saying? So
Uh,
it makes you not get too much of recency bias, I should say, when it
mhm.
comes down to that, because a lot of major things do happen earlier in the year that you want to pay attention to, that you want to acknowledge too. But it's also a hard a hard game at that too, because again, we can't be here all night
Nah,
talking about our favorite wrestlers of the year. We have to condense that down. So
and
that
even some of our favorites,
yeah, yeah.
Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Jacob Fatu, some of these people had shorter years, so we couldn't
Mhm.
include them in our criteria, and like you
Yeah.
said, we're not gonna watch a match that happened the week before and be like, okay, like, nah, this makes the end of the year list. Like, we're not like some of these other publications and platforms that do that weird shit. But
Yeah.
nah, yeah, yeah. It
Yeah, man.
was it was a good introspective episode, man. I I was like, damn, because even though we had a lot of similarities, you could also see like the distinctions in our like picks too. So yeah, it was
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
pretty cool. Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it was really, really cool to do. And it's even more cool now, being back. We're now a few days past the probably the biggest premiere of the year.
Woo!
Um, and that is none other than WWE's Raw making its way to Netflix. And of course, we're gonna talk about that. I mean, we gotta talk about it. But we're just a few days out, and I'm telling you, it is quite a unreal feeling right now. You know what I'm saying? Like of how far we've come. You know what I'm saying, in this space, in this industry, and just overall how the content is now being consumed from
Hmm.
just territories in the country to now a whole global thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Who
really
else?
really insane.
Who else, man? But the best of the best, man. To be able to go from, we'll talk about it in a minute. We'll talk
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, yeah.
We'll
I
talk
mean,
about
yeah,
it
of course
in
we're
a minute.
gonna talk
But
about
yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but because I mean, it is a really overwhelming in a good way task of and like, and again, a good road well traveled. Like, this is something that's existed before we even existed. So
Mm-hmm.
um I'm sure if you go back to 1984 and you
Mm-hmm.
tell them, hey, you're gonna be on this internet thing called Netflix, and they're gonna put you in 80 million homes worldwide. Yeah, I'm sure they'll probably commit you to an asylum. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, both VJM and VKM would both laugh you out the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dusty Rhodes might be the only one willing to listen to you, but everybody else would be
Yeah.
laughing you out
Everybody
the
else would probably
building.
be like, yeah, this nigga's
Yeah,
tripping.
yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, man.
Literally, like what Pimp C say, get off the boo boo, man.
Right. But yeah,
Yeah.
man. But we're fresh off of this holiday season. It's always fun to analyze like exactly like how our holidays went and review them. But
Mhm.
I'm gonna be the one to tell you, I didn't do a goddamn thing. I didn't do anything.
Surprise! I didn't do shit either.
Yeah, I
Like
didn't do anything. I didn't ask
me,
for anything. I really didn't
nope,
want anything. I
nope.
just wanted. You want to know what I wanted? I wanted peace and quiet. I wanted to sit on my ass, and I just wanted to just chill. I wanted to go to the gym, and that was it, man. That was my holiday. What I wanted for Christmas was quiet. That's what I wanted for Christmas.
I, you know, I I must say I've been blessed. I had a couple great things, transpire. Again, seeing my nephew being able to really experience his first Christmas is like a, emotion with emotions. Because I'm sorry, like babies definitely have emotions, but when they're like 1, 2, you can start to see like the reactions to things. So
Yeah,
him him getting his shoes, him getting his I got him a big ass like one of them big like Pokemon plushes that they can like sleep on and stuff like that. I got him a
yeah.
Squirtle one, so like that was pretty cool. And then my other nephew Miles, teaching him the value of a dollar, just him getting them foams, man. Had to start him off right,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
copper
yeah, yeah.
foams, you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, he need that good shiny gift, man. But yeah, he
He
also
need
got
to,
hmm,
yeah, he need to go back to school correct. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. And that's been pretty cool. Shout out to all my friends. I did get this for Christmas / my birthday coming up. So as you guys may know, I have little Goku Funko Pop right here. But I was recently just gifted Vegeta. So shout out to Vegeta
Okay,
with the
that's
Scouter. You
fire.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to my good
Now you
friend.
gifted yourself that, or
No,
you?
somebody got that for me.
Oh, somebody got it for you. Okay.
Shout out to her, man. She's a really nice person. So,
Yeah.
but
Salute.
yeah, and all y'all niggas don't read into that shit either, because I know how y'all niggas are,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah,
Get the fuck
yeah,
on. Get
yeah.
the fuck on
Mind your
somewhere.
business.
Mind your
Um,
motherfucking business, man.
uh,
Yeah, nah, I didn't do shit, bro. I stayed in. Uh, been watching all the different sporting events. Shout out to my boy Usyk. You know what I'm saying? Getting that fuck nigga Tyson Fury out of
up out
here.
of here again, and hopefully for the final time, bro.
Nah,
Tom,
yeah, Eddie
I about to say Tommy Fury.
Tyson.
Tyson. Yeah, Tommy's his
Same,
brother.
same,
Yeah,
same nigga. Yeah, man.
yeah.
Eddie Hearn, he got a promotion as most British scammers do. You know what I'm saying? So cool.
Oh, and we also it's funny you brought up Eddie Hearn because Riyadh season.
Oh,
Riyadh season.
yeah.
Because
I
boy, how
mean,
does that connect to pro wrestling? I tell you, man.
hey, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. You think it's time to get into it. You think it's time?
I think it's time to get
Okay,
into
let's
it.
let's get into it. Let's get into
Mid Carters and Catering Patreon is live and direct with exclusive access to the Union Discord and loads of extra content like Radio MIC, Luchador Mount Rushmore, and Icon. Beginning only at $3. Subscribe today.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. I knew it. I love when he does that.
Oh, look. Wade Barrett, another bloke. Look at that.
Look at that.
Another bloke. All right.
Well, it's just so funny that we're here now at our lovely news portion of this, because it's so funny that you brought up Eddie Hearn and his promotion and his relationship with Riyadh Season and what that does for boxing. Like, it's just going to be absolutely insane, and what it already has done for boxing. I mean, it's just
turned the sport around. It saved the damn sport. Like,
literally has saved the sport. And it's so funny that Riyadh Season seems to want to do the same thing with WWE. And we right now are on the cusp, literally weeks away from the Royal Rumble taking place February 1st, live from Indianapolis.
Are part of their 3-year deal that will get them a Royal Rumble,
I think a SummerSlam and a
WrestleMania. Yeah, they're getting 3 of the big 3s, but Royal Rumble, WrestleMania for sure. So yeah,
live from Lucas Oil Stadium. You know what I'm saying? But we're not done. We're not done, because next year in 2026, we're back in January. This year we're in February. We're scrolling back to January for the Royal Rumble, and it is taking place in none other than Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Wow.
All right. The amount of people, I've learned a lot about people this week. And
you too.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I just want to say to all those people that I learned a lot about, I can hear and I can feel. I know it's kind of weird to have that sense of feeling something, but just trust me, it's God gives us gifts. I can feel your neck beard dragging on the floor and just growing even more with hate every time something that WWE announces goes public. But I've learned 2 things. This episode is going to be 2 things. You got guns and you got butter, right? And then you have families and you have money. This portion of this episode, ladies and gentlemen, is brought to you by the color of my shirt, the color in the background, that Getty Green, as my friend Project Pat once loved to say. Yes. Brother, let me tell you something. This had to happen. For the love of God, they literally just gave you Crown Jewel, which included those big belts with all them diamonds in it, not rhinestones, diamonds in it.
Yeah, diamonds.
They gave Cody and Liv championship rings from that. They have a whole WWE experience over there that is exclusive over there. Mind you, they also have other experiences. I just showed you the Vegeta Funko Pop for those that are watching this. And yes, they have a Dragon Ball experience coming over there as well, because people are putting money in over there. So for all that being said, the Saudi government was promised either a Royal Rumble or a WrestleMania. Yeah, I'm going to give them a Royal Rumble. Why not? It's in the middle of January, first and foremost.
Takes us off the road.
Takes us off the road. It's going to be done. And more importantly, they're doing what they've been doing with everywhere else. Like, oh, why is this PLE in London? Why is this PLE here? Like, if you have the money, we will come to your city. Simple and plain. I didn't think it was such a thing. And yes, there are people who infamously have said, "Oh, I won't work over there."
Well, let me tell you something. Some of that is racism. I'm just going to call it. I'm just going to tell you it's a racism. But
yeah, some of it.
They think that because some people, they were born there, they don't deserve to see things like this. I don't know.
You know why? Because they don't sit back for 10 seconds and think about how other people look at America, because we're only stuck in America and think with an American mind state, versus how Canadians view us, versus how the British view us versus how Africans view us versus how Japanese people view us. Like they only think of like, oh, our American mind state, not like, hey, these guys are pretty crazy and pretty bad too. But hey, they still tune into MTV. They still tune into all the different things over time that showed them American culture. They didn't sit there and say, oh, America doesn't deserve this. Like, yeah, oh, brother, Riyadh is getting everything. Like, brother, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, this might sound crazy, but when I tell you they taking over, listen, NBA Cup coming soon. NFL related coming soon. Yes, good old-fashioned American Pie baseball coming soon. Yeah.
Hey,
all of it's happening.
The World Cup is going to Saudi. I mean, you got to remember that too, bro.
Didn't they just do,
as nasty as it is, it's going.
What was the big soccer thing they did like 2 years ago over there? It was in Dubai. It was
it the Euro?
It might have been the Euro. Might have been something like that.
The Euro Cup.
It was something where where you know what
Europa. Maybe Europa.
Yeah, brother. Yeah. You wanna get mad? Spend your money. In the words of May, somebody paid for it. You didn't pay for it.
Yeah, like straight up. Hey, I mean, look, hey, and this is not now. Let's be 100% real. This is not actually the first ever Royal Rumble to take place over there. They did the greatest Royal Rumble over there. As silly as it was, you know what I'm saying? They did a Royal Rumble over there before. It's just now we're doing the official Royal Rumble that has WrestleMania implications. So I think it'll be definitely grandiose. I definitely will be 100% grateful that I have to watch this early in the day as well too.
What?
Opposed to spending my lovely Saturday night
January noon watching this Saturday watching this with no football on, then this is all I have to distract myself. Yeah.
I think I'm okay with that because that's literally right after the college football national championship. Like
it's right after the national championship. It's in between the Super Bowl.
In between the Super Bowl
and on a Saturday, so it won't be no Pro Bowl, no Grammys, nothing like that. I can go take a nap, watch NBA on ABC or NBC or whatever. After that, bro, I'll be chilling. I can eat my lunch. I can go grab the $8 Chinese special and head home and watch the Royal Rumble, bro.
And I'm gonna tell you this right now. Y'all might a select group of y'all are probably going to hate who wins that Royal Rumble too, because let me tell you something, that fan base over there, they got the people that they love over on that side. I'm telling you that right now. We gonna see something different that we probably have never seen before in terms of like our Royal Rumble winners. So hey, lock in.
Whoever they like. Hey, you seen earlier when they went over there, Jey Uso was hot as fish grease. So hey man, you start seeing that crowd of my beautiful brown brothers and sisters over there, doing this shit. Hey man,
there's another side too, and it's that motherfucker Logan Paul.
Hey man, hey,
be
listen,
careful,
man. Listen. Even if he ain't in the Rumble, it could be a championship match. It could be a marquee moment. Like, oh no, best believe whatever the Sheik wants, the Sheik is gonna get. Don't watch us. Watch the Sheik, because the Sheik got his right hand on CR7. Like, motherfucker, you bet not move. Like, and he got his eye on. Hey, listen, man. Shout out to Nick Khan again. Money man, that's Money Man, as I like to call him. Shout out to Money Man for getting the job done. And to all the neckbeards that want to cry about all this, hey, let that beard keep on growing. It's dragging on the floor. You might want to trim that motherfucker, man, because hate.
You're talking about people that don't even shower. So
exactly.
Expectations are low.
Hey man, for all y'all out there, hey man, fix your face, man. You see this? I don't know if y'all read that. What does that say? Chap stick, use it. Like deodorant, use it. Get it together, man.
Speaking of another man that has been at work, that's been working and everything, Triple H, the man responsible for a lot of this going on outside of Nick Khan, was heavy on media,
This last
heavy
week.
doing media in this past week, before Raw kicked off on Netflix, and he went on none other than the Pat McAfee show, where he discussed everything, all the excitement going on around WWE and everything. As Raw's heading to Netflix. However, there was this other thing that he had to talk about, none other than SmackDown, which is still on USA, still on network, on a network, cable network, and as of late, SmackDown has been 3 hours lately,
Correct.
which I've been honestly been very appreciative of. And he stated that yes, for right now, it's going to be 3 hours, and then eventually it's going to switch back to 2. Now, I think that is just this is a test run. That's really what this is. I don't think that is. I don't think that he's like completely like, yeah. That's why he's not giving us a specific date on when they'll switch back to 2. My guess it's probably summertime. I think summertime, if so, because what happens in summertime, we go outside. We spend a lot more time outside at night and everything of that matter. But I think the 3-hour thing works because SmackDown is a show that, while it had record breaking numbers on Fox, skyrocketing every single Friday, especially during this whole bloodline thing, it still suffered for a lot of the mid-card talent and also some of the top people too, who had to get condensed TV time because of all the bloodline storylines and everything in that matter. I think giving them that 3-hour window opens that up a whole lot more, especially on the women's side too. Now that you have a women's mid-card title on that show as well. So right now I'm thinking test run. We're going to test run this shit out. Especially, again, and also the tag division too. Is you want to talk about tag division, which has been very, very interesting on SmackDown as of late. But I don't know. That's just what I feel. Larry, I'm sure you have thoughts.
Yeah. Before we get to my thoughts, I just want to say, seeing SmackDown in 3 hours, which we'll talk about later, was really great this week, and I honestly cannot wait to see what they do this week. Because boy, after what we just witnessed, yeah, SmackDown this week is going to be insane. But again, 3 hours, and yeah, USA ain't going nowhere. I think they're gonna always have something on the way there. So yeah, because I mean they've been with USA since the beginning.
Well, not necessarily SmackDown, but
I was saying just WWE is a
WWE
company.
is a
They've always had USA involved for something, except for that 1-2 year period where they had TNN for Monday Night Raw, and then they went back to USA like right after that. Like it was like a slip up, and they went right back to that shit. But
yeah,
that was during that handlebar Hunter era that a lot of us kind of like faded off. Yeah. So my thoughts on it is really going back to, like I said, family and money by saying, hey, y'all got 3 hours. We got people we may be signing. If we go back to 2 hours, ain't no TV time. It might be time for some cuts.
And not only that, it's also we got people to bring up too. You know what I'm saying? Like we got people that's moving from NXT. We got people that's moving, you know what I'm saying? Like, we even got people that be moving from that, Netflix is going to be saying, hey, we know this person's on SmackDown. We want you to bring their ass over to Netflix.
Yeah, exactly. So that
opens up opportunities as well too.
That goes to my point. Like you have, if you can't cut it, look, we got people we got to call up. We got people that'll be transferring over, people that'll be going in between shows, and then I mean, even going into the current rumor that WWE may be bringing back Evolve in a certain light aspect, might be NXT Evolve or something of that nature. At the end of the day, for Triple H as a head of creative, as of right now, you have 3 hours of Raw, 3 hours of SmackDown, 2 hours of NXT. As of today, that you currently have to write and plan for on a week-to-week basis. It's 8 hours of television. It all has to make sense. It all has to work. It all has to flow. And you have to outdo yourself every single week. And if you know you have a talent group you can use, great. But also, if you're that talent group that's not getting used, make the most of your TV time because it's not guaranteed. We literally saw Drew McIntyre and Liv Morgan have career years because Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley got injured and also left for personal time. CM Punk tore his shit and gave us the biggest scare of our lives with the WrestleMania 40 build-up because he got hurt. But Drew picked the ball up, ran with it, got re-signed to, I'm sure, a lucrative contract, held the world title, held the Money in the Bank, feud of the year, match of the year, all of this going into his 2025.
And you're speaking on a Evolve alumni too, by the way.
I know.
Yeah,
I know, brother. I know what I'm doing.
Speaking on the Evolve alumni.
Listen. They just signed the Motor City Machine Guns. If you think WWE does not keep tabs on all those Evolve alumni, they don't ID people based on these things. Like, yeah, man. So it's an interesting time, but I agree with you. I think it's gonna be just a test to see, and I think I'm gonna say 3 hours probably until whatever the thick of baseball season is, which is probably like June-ish, I would say. It's probably gonna go back to a 2-hour format, and I feel like they're gonna probably after the NBA Finals. I'll say right around the time NBA Finals.
That's early.
Father's Day at the latest. Like, it'll go back down then. So we'll see. I'm happy either way though, but I love 3 hour SmackDown.
I do too. I love it, and you know what I'm saying, like a lot of, especially like during these cold seasons, like I'm at the crib, and you know I may not have my full attention to the screen. I could be sitting here playing a game or something, and then I could throw up SmackDown right here on my projector.
Great DVR content too.
It's in my background, and like I'm up here, I'm watching it. Like I love to hear that in my background, or I love to like be able to glance up at it and everything of that nature. And I think that is also imperative and important to be in that 3 hour thing because you're trying to build up a few titles on that show right now, and especially as we're heading into WrestleMania season, where you want everyone to have their TV time because you want every single match at WrestleMania to feel important. So there's no better way to do that than with having more TV time. So the little complaints about why is SmackDown 3, it's like, bro, you know, I don't think you can have that thing if you're flicking a channel to watch another show for an hour right after SmackDown goes off, or you know you already consumed about 6 hours already. So like it seems like you're a wrestling fan, so it's like I don't know if you can really complain about that. You know, I think you're making an empty complaint when you do that.
And for the record, let this be stated that WWE made this announcement and has been talking about this way before that other show that comes on TNT decided they couldn't make a profit and took that show off TNT on Friday nights. So this is not a response to, oh, let's add our own hour.
It's not.
They would have did that shit regardless because it needed to happen.
They're not thinking about that company.
Not a single. I just had to clarify.
Yeah. So
they're not. This is not a jab at all awful wrestling. No, this is no. And to that point, SmackDown to me is gonna be what it used to be. Like I think we're gonna go kind of similar to how Ruthless Aggression era was in the beginning, not through the day, but like in the beginning, where Monday Night Raw was the spectacle, the cinematic presentation, the storylines.
And
SmackDown
now it was
is
about the wrestling.
wrestling and
Wrestling
who we
and
can
story.
build up that will
Yeah.
eventually be moved to Monday nights. So
Mhm.
SmackDown with their roster has that in a boat ton. And I think you're going to start to see more and more guys slowly but surely get their push. The girls get a great, run with that mid-card title there. And I think that even with the main title, we have a lot to talk about as well. So I cannot wait to see what they end up doing for the 3 hours. And again, who knows? Hey, card is always subject to change. If they want to keep it 3 hours, I'm not mad at them keeping it 3 hours, but just know whatever they decide to do, we just got to roll with it. And just, again, there's a business plan in mind for these things. So
yeah, absolutely. And I know a minute ago you were talking about Drew getting a nice lucrative deal in place, before the last run of Drew. Um but also Drew's homeboy, Drew's homie, Drew's man's his best man, matter of fact. Sheamus confirms he has signed a new 5-year WWE deal and he will be wrestling until he's 50, or as Deadpool like to say, until
till you're fucking 90. I'm so glad because I was just gonna say, is Drew and Sheamus really Wolverine and Deadpool?
They might be
They
Deadpool
might
Wolverine.
be.
They might be. I don't know. And I don't know exactly who's Wolverine and who's
Drew's
Deadpool.
100% Wolverine. Like
Probably
I 1000% can see that. Like I pray for this, and then it happened. Is definitely a Wolverine style promo, dog.
Yeah.
Like that's funny as hell.
But yes, Sheamus is locked in until he's in his 50s. He was just on a Chris Van Leet
Yeah.
show, podcast, and everything, and it was a really, really good podcast from what I hear. I have not seen it myself yet. I'm sure Larry has watched it and
Yeah,
everything in its entirety.
Van Fleet, when it comes to that echelon of wrestler interviews and podcasts, and he's one of one. Like
Yeah,
he's just,
him and our area Hawani, without a
yeah,
doubt.
yeah. They're those are must listens every time, every single time.
Yeah, like for real. And I do recall him speaking on one subject on the podcast where he brought up formerly known as Cesaro, now
The
Claudio
bar,
Castagnoli, talked about the bar and how the bar really made him fall in love with wrestling again and everything like that. And that was pretty cool to hear, because I actually rocked with the bar. The bar was pretty cool to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I
well,
thought they were cool.
they took away the League of Nations,
Yeah.
and then the
Thank
bar
God.
was
League
yeah.
of Nations was buns.
Now, the League of Nations did give us one of the greatest gifts of all time, and that was literally a gift format of Bray Wyatt pointing the gun and Roman
And
spearing
Roman doing the spear. Yeah,
how
that's
that
the
is boots.
only thing that they
That
gave
was,
us.
I mean, shout out to Wade Barrett. He's he's putting that shit on and doing a great job as a commentator.
Yeah,
Shout out to
of
Joe
course.
Tessitore, the best voice in sports and entertainment right now, hands down. Joe is Joe. But yeah, and shout out to Sheamus as well. I mean, the bar got him a world title run.
Yeah.
It was brief, but it got him a world title run. Hey, I can't. They were putting on bangers, and that's the reason too. Like when I laugh at people who act like everything in that decade was bad, dog. Them, Usos, New Day, Bludgeon Brothers, shit. We got a couple good tag teams during that time period, man. Hell, even I like Team Hell No. I thought the shit was funny. You have some shit from back then, man, but they really were the standout and kind of real organic ode to the 80s of like
Yeah,
those
some
just
straight
road warrior
hooliganism. Yeah, some hooliganism.
Steiners.
Yeah. The bar was pretty cool. Like I didn't mind the bar, and everything. But Claudio getting that getting that shout out from Sheamus, you know what I'm saying? And in terms of like uh his, because at any point in anyone's career, you get into this stagnant place to where you just kind of
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, what the fuck am I doing? Still doing this? Maybe I need to move into something else. Maybe I need to get away from all of this. You get into those places and then you find something in that again that kind of brings you back, you know what I'm saying, or
Mm-hmm.
reels you back in. And for Sheamus, that could have been Claudio, you know what I'm saying? And like Sheamus also does things outside of the ring, like his Celtic warrior
Yeah, that
workouts and
Celtic
everything like
workout
that.
is crazy.
Yeah, the Celtic
Yeah.
workout is like crazy, but it's such good content. Like I,
Mm-hmm.
I I lock in every single time I see some of that, especially as somebody that goes to the gym. But I couldn't do half of the things that they
Oh
do
hell
in that
no,
workout.
man.
You know,
Not my scrawny ass. Hell
yeah,
nah, bro.
yeah, like the
I
the
just
most recent one was like Jade, and she was kicking Sheamus ass in the
Jay was
gym.
going crazy on
Yeah,
there. Tiffany Stratton went crazy on there before.
Bianca, like
Bianca,
yeah,
and one thing that's great about Sheamus that I got to give him his respect. Listen, man, when they call him, he gonna put that brown leather jacket on. That bowler hat's gonna come on. He gonna look
oh
like
yeah,
Ray.
yeah, yeah.
He gonna look like Raekwon in that video, dog, and he gonna go to work. If they got
Yeah,
to send him to
burger after burger after burger. It don't matter if it's burger or if it's banger. He coming to work.
if he got to go to Ireland for a kickoff for the college football, he'll go out there for it.
Yeah,
If he got to
yeah.
go again, Sheamus and Drew and even like all those guys, man, they go to work, they go home to Nashville with their wives, and they
Hmm.
go home and they chill.
Yeah,
They're not on that type of time, but I would love to see what this remaining portion of Sheamus's career looks like. Because again, some of y'all favorites in wrestling period are in their 40s right now, and they don't look
yeah,
like it. So,
yeah,
hey man, salute to
yeah.
Shane.
But yeah, salute to Sheamus, man, and shout out to him getting that bag. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
really looking forward to seeing more from Sheamus. Especially him being on the Raw card.
man.
Now he's going, Raw roster, and now he's going to be on Netflix a lot more
Whoo,
now.
prayers for
Um,
Ludwig, man, because he gonna beat the shit out of Ludwig Kaiser, man.
Yes,
Whoo,
yes,
Lord.
yeah. We about to
Whoo,
see a
Lord.
banger. We about to see a banger out of
Woo,
that.
Lord.
Um,
He making him earn that shit. But also, side note on Van Fleet. Van Fleet has done some really great interviews. The Ron Killings R Truth interview was really, really good. I highly suggest that one because you get to see so much of just truth just fooling, but when he's actually like, talking, it's really good,
yeah,
especially for one of us, that ain't never
yeah.
been on that bullshit. Like, no, shout out to him. And I think tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, or this week rather, he has one with Seth. So I'm tapped in with that one.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He does. Yeah, he do got.
Quadruple tapped in on
Yeah,
that one.
yeah,
That
yeah,
one's gonna be fire. So,
yeah.
and it's funny how his platform has become the kiss the ring platform because you see former disgruntled people get up there. They're like, you know what? I ain't even mad no more. You know why? Because of that. It's like I said, money and families. And
Yeah.
when you have to feed your family, you're gonna take that bag. You're gonna either cry in this Maybach or you're gonna cry in that hatchback. Hey man.
Same thing. And speaking of disgruntled, or formerly disgruntled, Nikki Bella was seen. Nikki Bella sighting um on Raw on Netflix, surprisingly enough. Um and look, it's just as simple as this. She said all prior issues with WWE have been squashed. And she said we had that rocky road with WWE, all is well, we all made up. The end. So the
Gee,
relationship is back on.
I wonder why.
Hmm. I wonder why when you
Hmm.
just make certain connections
Hmm.
and you make certain you fill
Hmm.
in a few plot holes and everything like that. Because
Hmm.
let me tell you something. Let me tell you who it wasn't. It wasn't our favorite John Cena. It definitely wasn't him because he was in the
Hmm.
same building. So
Hmm.
hey, but whatever. I'm gonna leave that up to the audience to make up their minds on that.
Hmm.
Or like my good friend Paul Heyman says, I am a Paul Levesque guy.
I'm a Paul Levesque guy too, and I just, the timing of everything is funny because certain individuals not only are not around, but certain individuals have been kept away from the family. A lot of aces
A lot of aces. Yeah, a lot
have
of
been
aces.
moved away, and now that the ace is out the way, And let me just say this too, because I have given her fair share of criticism, as she has rightfully deserved it. But let's not act like money isn't money, and that there is for every person that's like, hey, I came up loving Paige, loving AJ Lee, loving Caitlyn, loving different Natalia, different people from those eras. They also wanted to be Bellas, and you can find them in fully Bella geared out. So, they made their impact. So I cannot
they made
take that away from them.
Yeah,
and whatever happens, I'm gonna let the people who've been putting on a great job show me that they can continue to put on a great job. So shout out to her. Also, she had a viral moment telling Prime that, hey, you was my favorite athlete coming up, and Prime was just in the interview like this, and he heard that. He was like, oh, hold on, wait a minute.
Hey, that's Prime.
Hey,
that's
shout
Prime.
It's Prime.
That's Prime, man. Can't stop Prime.
You cannot.
Must be the money. Now, before we head into this week in wrestling,
sure,
I want to give a little bit of a preview on a certain subject we will talk about in this week in wrestling. But I just wanted to say real quick that the NXT numbers are out.
Yes, they are.
The past week NXT numbers are out. And the show did 957,000 viewers. That is up 53% from last week, which was at 626,000 viewers. And we will explain why in just a few minutes as to why this happened. But that was all of our news for now. Now it's time to get into the nitty gritty. It's time to get into this week in wrestling.
Let's get it.
All right, we back. So, I guess it's no better way to start this than to get right into it, because we didn't brought it up a few times already, and that is the debut of WWE Raw on Netflix.
Before we get into that, just to bypass it real quick, I do want to give a shout out to, there was a few cool matches that took place for Wrestle Kingdom and Wrestle Dynasty.
Now we'll get there. We will get there. We will get there. I was tabling that because I wanted. Yeah.
Say less. Yeah, we gonna get there.
All right. But yes, we absolutely, Wrestle Kingdom and Wrestle Dynasty took place over the past weekend.
Okay.
We are going to touch on a few of those matches as well. But since we've been talking about Raw on Netflix so damn much since we started,
let's get to it, because
we got to get to this. We got to get to just how cool was that?
You know what I felt like? It's a callback video for all my people, and I think you've seen this video too. There's a video that came out about 5 years ago, and rest in peace to Takeoff of the Migos.
Mm-hmm.
And it was when they had hosted a Super Bowl party, and it was known as the Stripper Bowl.
The Stripper Bowl.
Follow me here. There was a video of Lil Boosie, and he was like, I was there for BMF. I was there for this. I just ain't never seen this many people. Like, they handed me $10,000, and I was just throwing the money. Like, that's what it felt like watching Raw on Netflix. Like, I ain't never seen nothing like this. Like, my nigga, I come from buying WWF VHS tapes, seeing the Raw is War flag draped. I come from seeing the signs in the crowd for everything. And
I remember when we first saw the Titantron. I
remember like, again, the most pyro you've ever seen. Like, to go from that to literally, like, and again, I knew a few people that were in the building for this, so shout out to them for being able to witness this live. Salute to y'all, man. First off, the Intuit Dome.
The Intuit Dome. Hey, listen, hear me good. And I said this even the night we were all watching it. The Intuit Dome is the best dome in the NBA. Nobody, no one has a better arena than them right now.
That is
Steve Ballmer put his whole foot in that motherfucker, bro.
That is the best non-football and both football, like football, soccer, baseball arena. What will happen is other arenas will either have to be torn down or will have to be renovated to match the standard of what is in that building.
And the thing is, the arena's so good because of like how things were shot cinematically in a certain way in the arena, like how they utilize the wall. You know what I'm saying? In case you don't know what the wall is literally this. It's this side. It's behind one of the rims. Preferably, it's behind the visitor's rim, and the wall is meant for intimidation and noise and sound in the way that the fans are seated is almost like they're sitting on top of one another.
They are,
and it's absolutely crazy. I couldn't even describe it enough right now. But the way that they set up the stage in front of the wall and how they shot, wrestlers coming out and showing the wall was just like, whoa, like that was. That shit was crazy, bro. Like it was really, really fire. The cold open, okay, like all right, so all of us that's been watching the Triple H era, every single time something groundbreaking happens, it always starts off with Hunter coming out. We hear, time to play the game and all that and everything. But this one was different. Like literally played a 3-minute cold open video on the I forgot what the square.
I ain't talking about
the Chicago Bulls used to use this back.
It was like, it's kind of like a curtain. Like
it's a curtain and they
projects on
the curtain and everything like that. And they playing this and then they drop the curtain and Hunter's right there in the middle of the ring. I was like, yo, that's hard, bro. Like that's hard. Like
all it was missing was Alan Parsons Project and somebody saying, "Hey, guard, coming in 6'4", 200."
It was crazy. Like it felt like you were watching a literal sports event, but at the highest level of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like
it felt like when you remember when the NFL Network first came out and they had the goddamn that Any Given Sunday music showing niggas in the cold tackling each other. Like you just felt like again, like you could just feel the mana flowing on your arm.
And it's funny you bring that up.
I know what I'm doing.
You know what I'm saying? Man. You rolling right into the next part. Man. Because let me tell you, one of the most unserious but the funniest people to grace us with his presence.
Bro,
the final boss, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, shows up, comes out, people's championship on his arm, goosebumps.
The lighting showed the goosebumps, nigga.
Like literally, that Netflix quality was crazy, bro. Like I ain't never seen goosebumps like that. I ain't seen the goosebumps bumping like that. Like I felt the mana.
Listen, he came out there. First of all, I love how he did the weather siren to let you know that the lightning was coming.
Yeah.
And then the way his new entrance flows the Brahma Bull in the scene. He comes out, he just stares and looks at the crowd, and he ain't say it, even though I know he probably thinking in his mind, he like, damn, nigga, this shit is motherfucking beautiful, nigga.
Right,
Oh,
like
yeah.
this shit cold,
cold,
like,
nigga.
God damn.
And yes, he said nigga in his mind because he
Right,
could,
like
man.
this shit cold.
He
Nigga.
walked
Like,
around, he stared, he went to the side, gave his 2 beautiful twin daughters that belt, was like, hold this. Like, I need to go in the ring, pop my shit real quick.
hold on, but wait, but he also hugged the money man. He hugged
Yeah.
Ari Emanuel. He hugged he hugged the whole crew. You know what I'm saying?
Courtside. They were
Yeah,
courtside.
yeah.
Made sure to shout the Netflix execs at the top of the top of the building, they skybox.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, now you see the little girls, they next to Mama Rock. You know what I'm saying? Mama Rock be at everything.
Yeah.
And brother, even before the show, just the red carpet experience they had. Like, can you imagine you finna go get your nachos and then you just see goddamn Gunther right there, suited and booted, just answering questions? That shit was crazy, bro.
Yeah, that shit was wild, man.
That shit was
I don't.
crazy.
It felt very WrestleMania like, bro. I'm not even gonna.
It was.
It felt like
Nigga,
a WrestleMania.
That
bro.
show again, and I also want to give them because they did, even though it was cable, but they still did a very good job with Saturday night's main event as well. This shit was just Monday night's main event. That's all it was. Like, bro, this is a commercial promotion of what you can expect from WWE because, again, this is a family show.
Yeah.
This is for families. Like,
and
I'm gonna
honestly,
talk about it at the end. I'm gonna talk about it at the end, but it's a family show. But continue.
And honestly, I think there was no better person than to bring out there first than The Rock. Honestly, though, because like to break down the meaning of all of that and just and culminate it into like the energy and producing the electricity and and setting the stage on like what the show is going to be for the rest of the night. It was no better person than to bring out than him, and like him also passing out flowers, you know what I'm saying? Passing out flowers along the way, like shouting out Cody Rhodes over there, like, you know what I'm saying? Cody sitting in the crowd, and Cody, Cody, how you know how soft Cody is? He about to damn near cry.
And I saw people mad about this shit. My nigga, Cody Rhodes is not a Raw superstar. Like, why would Cody have ring gear and be Cody? Yes, Cody is the WWE champion.
Yeah.
But he got his shout out because he's the WWE champion. Everybody else, they love to single out. Oh, well, Cody was in the crowd. Like, nigga, everybody was in the crowd that night.
Dog, Macaulay Culkin was in the crowd, bro. Like, look, Cody Rhodes is over there in the crowd. He's the WWE champion, and Dwayne made sure to let y'all know he is, and that he's been carrying the whole
for a
league
year.
on his back for a year.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? He's putting them over crazy because it's true. You know what I'm saying? Like,
everybody was in the crowd that night. So because I saw, and listen, man, because it was like busted open, and a couple other people are like, man, he should have had him in the ring. Like, bro,
shut up, man.
This is not 1990 fucking 2, dog. It is 2025. Have them motherfuckers he gave him his props. He said, you the big dog. And we'll talk about what he said on Tuesday night. But on Monday night, he said,
and he still shouted out Mama Rhodes.
Oh, yeah.
Shit was funny as hell.
Oh, listen. But then he says, hey, man, I got Roman Reigns and we got Solo. Let's get to the show.
Exactly. Hey, we got literally, it was like the master of a ring circus. I mean, literally of a circus.
Well, wrestling is a circus.
And you know what I'm saying? You got to remember that it is a circus at a certain point. And it's like, hey, let's get on with the show. And like, bam, we hit our first match. And just for the record, I mean, which I love about this show is that it was very babyface heavy in terms of like the results of every single match on this show. Man. And it makes sense to do that because you have to build your heroes for the people that are now just seeing this shit, that are now just seeing it live on Netflix. Like, a lot of these people have not watched wrestling since like 99 or some of them even before that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how they're being introduced to the heroes of the show and the bad guys or the people that's in between. But it's a lot more reality to it nowadays and everything of that matter. So it's just like, that's the connections that you have to make early.
AJ, I'm just gonna say this now. I was gonna try to hold this off when we got done with Raw, but I just had to say this now. It's Netflix. And what I mean by it's Netflix is simply this, bro. We have a saying around here, and it's simply this. I can tell those of y'all that have never been around other people. And when I mean other people, I'm talking about love interests, women, things of this nature. Because if you want to introduce somebody to something, this is how you do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You give them a presentation like this. If you want to introduce your kids to some love, like I said, money and families, you want to introduce your kids to something larger than life, this is what you do. You make these people look bigger than anything so that when you see them in real life, you get that moment that you had as a kid where you were like, damn, like that's The Rock, that's Stone Cold, that's Triple H, that's,
and this is in 80 million homes around the world.
Why would I give you this?
It's bigger than you.
It's again, you want, shout out to one of my homegirls, man. She was watching Netflix. This was like a couple weeks ago, and the ad for that shit came up, right? And she was like, men say they don't have their dramas, and then they have this, and it was Netflix. And I was like, you goddamn right. Like, this is real storytelling. This is real action. This is all in one. And again, she mentioned that to me because she knows we do a wrestling podcast. So shout out to her. But the point I'm making is, man, yeah, bro. Like, yeah, it was supposed to go this way, man. Like, you guys wanted all of that. That's cool. Guess what? You got Friday Night SmackDown this week. You get all that on SmackDown this week.
But I'm going to interject on that.
Tag in.
Because I'm going to tell you why a lot of people are full of shit in terms of their viewpoints and what they were consuming out of all of this. Talking about there's no storylines. There was no matches. There's no storylines. I literally saw an error shift in one of these matches. I saw
two errors, honestly. Two errors.
I saw another storyline move and also gain steam on another big match that people wanted a year ago. I saw even another storyline take place, like probably part one of another match that was supposed to happen a year ago but didn't. So I'm kind of confused as to where you didn't see any storyline. I also saw even storyline happen in another match that has been built up over the past few weeks, maybe even a month. But it's just like, almost, have you been watching the product, or are you just on here for clicks and shits? Because I don't know what a certain section or certain group, because let me tell you, a few platforms were showing their ass on this. And I know a lot of that stuff is relationship involvements and trying to keep certain relationships going. So you got to
but it's nasty. It's
and
fucking
shit
nasty.
all over, try to shit all over this cool
nasty
thing that's happening.
It's fucking nasty.
Really nasty and disgusting. And honestly, you really exposed yourselves doing that stupid shit. But whatever. But and we'll talk about this in just a few seconds. I just want to make sure that my guy over here, he may have some thoughts too on what I just said.
Well,
before I do that,
it's simple and plain. We can just get this shit out the way, because I want to get this out the way personally, because it was too much great shit that needs to be addressed with this show. Listen, man, you motherfuckers are mad because at the end of the day, only Paul Triple H Levesque, Shawn Michaels, Lee Fitting, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson with Nick Khan know what the fuck is going on. So all these breadcrumbs of this shit that you've been fed and these newsletters you signed up for these people that couldn't write a damn pamphlet on a piece of paper, none of this shit matters. What you see is what you get. So all these rumors and all these things, believe what you want to believe. The facts are there. So it's your fault if you were thinking this was going to happen or this was going to happen. At the end of the day, they don't have to do what you think that they need to do. They're going to do what they want to do. And guess what? Them doing what they wanted to do has served the bigger overall audience. So if you are above a certain age, keep in mind that at the end of the day, WWE's intended product was always meant to be for families. So because you can get mad all you want that they're on Netflix and they're not swearing, or that they're on this and they're still, putting in commercial breaks where they need to put those in. At the end of the day, a business still got to be ran. And I'm not mad at Hunter finally getting a chance to show his true creativity through this platform that I know they've been working on since they announced that deal last year. This has been in motion for almost a year now. So I'm happy to see it. And for all the people who aren't,
lock in. I don't know what to tell you. You're just gonna keep watching anyway, so you might as well just lock in.
Hey,
I don't know what to tell you.
Go out, like your grandma would say, go outside with all that commotion, man. We trying to watch.
I'm trying to watch on, bro.
Yeah,
shut your ass up. But to kick this off and just run over this card real quickly. First match again, Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa. This was tribal combat, so to speak. It was tribal combat.
Let's tribal combat.
Very fun match. Honestly, it damn near felt like the WrestleMania 40.
It was WrestleMania 40 Samoan edition.
Yeah, Samoan edition. But it was hella fun. Roman being the star that he is. Again, you talk about not having any storyline here, but like literally, this is the battle for the Ula Fala, which has been going on since SummerSlam.
Literally, since he came
so
back.
I'm like, I don't know.
Before that, since Solo took the Ula Fala,
so
a year
Raw after Mania, I mean, I don't know like what y'all saying, like no story, like this literally culminated and ended, at least on this part, at least on the Solo arc. That's story to me. So Roman Reigns defeats Solo Sikoa.
What was your favorite part of it? What was your favorite part of the match?
Dwayne and Roman at the end.
Okay. Dwayne and Roman at the end was fire. I'm not gonna lie though, my favorite part when the match took another notch was when you thought that shit was over and Tama Tonga pulled the ref out. I was like, we up to no good with shenanigans. And
I mean, like Roman had to end them with 3 spears?
Dog.
It was.
And then literally, even like the KO run-in stunner had me.
That surprised me.
That had me in tears.
I did not expect KO to interfere.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is real hate. Like the KO run-in, and then also again for all those people wondering, like, oh, why is he in the suit? Listen, man, Cody's pop when that theme hit.
Yeah. Again, proof. That's the guy.
That is the guy in a suit, mind you, whooping ass in a suit, not cleared to wrestle, still whooping ass in a suit.
The cleanest Cody Cutter in a suit.
In a suit.
No
athletic shoes, dress shoes on. The hush puppies on, bro.
Stop playing with my guy, bro. Stop playing with Cody.
Come on. And then, I'm not gonna lie. At the end of the match, when Roman took a knee, and then the camera shots of camera guys and the production staff with Netflix and WWE, when you just see Dwayne walking out of focus, like walking into the focus, I was like, ah, shit.
Yeah, you was expecting shenanigans, but honestly, bro, Dwayne was you said it best. Dwayne was Mike
and NBA 75, dog.
He was literally Michael Jordan at the NBA 75.
And you marks, and it
made you mad. And
you marks are Isaiah Thomas. That's who y'all are. Y'all are Isaiah Thomas in this situation. Because listen, Not only did he do that, he stood up there, said, all right, Oos, gave him dap, walked off, went on IG Live like an old ump does.
Yeah.
Camera all blurry and shit.
But hold on. Also, he waited for Solo.
Waited for Solo.
In the back. He
waited for Solo, said, love you, my nigga. Kept it going, walked outside. He said, man, listen, out of all things he's done, that is the greatest ad for Terramana I have ever seen in my life, nigga.
That actually is the best ad for Terramana, was that one right there. He finally hit it on the nose.
He walked up to Drew. Drew was like, nigga, are we live? Like, what are you doing? He was like, we live? Sees Cody backstage. He's like, hey, man, that was him getting magic. Talking about, I'll bust your ass right now. Like, get this piece of shit over here, man. Come here, man. Like, you was laughing at my beard and shit.
And
like,
mind you, this was on WWE's account, not on The Rock's account. It was on WWE's account. So
you see them two just back there shooting the shit. He's like, yeah, man, I appreciate you coming through for the Moana. He's like, I wouldn't miss it for the world. Like, yeah, like, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, it's a story. And when when you make money, like, go.
We worked. What did I say? What did I say months ago at WrestleMania 4? They worked you into a shoot. They worked you. It worked.
It worked. Sorry, guys.
Do y'all know these men have matching Rolexes? Like, what are we like? What are we doing,
bro? You know, it's crazy. You know, it's funny how everybody was like, "Oh, Rock is back to set up this Mania match." Guys, what if Rock just said, "Hey, I just want to come back and just put over the business before I go away for a while"? What if he just wanted to do that? No matches.
Hey.
What if he just said, "You know what? I've made my money. I just bought $20 million more of stock of this. I can just sit back and chill."
Now, he was still lying in that documentary.
All time capping. All time capping. All time capping. But that's
lying his ass off.
That's what an uncle does, bro. He gonna tell you a bullshit story. And then also, mind you, this nigga got in this motherfucking big ass truck and stopped and was like, oh yeah, by the way, tomorrow, NXT, I'm pulling up. You pull up too. Hauled ass out of there.
Hauled ass. Now, mind you, this is off some Terramana. So it's like, okay, Dwayne, you can't get behind the wheel. That's crazy.
Exactly.
Like, what are you doing?
Exactly. He bullshitting.
But you're already off the sour, bro. Like, come on, man. You can't be doing this.
But literally just put over everybody.
Yeah.
As he fucking should have. And again, this is all we wanted from The Rock from jump. We don't fucking hate The Rock, bro. But this is what we want to see. Put over the business.
Put over the business. Put over the people. And get in your truck and leave. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
you know what I'm saying? But hey, that was a really, really, that was just hot from the start. That was fire. Rhea Ripley.
Before that, for all the teasers, we finally saw the letters spelled out. PENTA.
Penta is coming. On the way. Next Monday, lock in. Penta is on the way.
If you see me draped in the Mexican flag like Lil Key, man, just let me be, man. Let me be. But yes.
Penta is on the way, and we pretty much are guessing that is who will be facing Chad Gable next Monday.
Also, during that segment with Chad Gable, I seen Bailey backstage.
Bailey making a move.
Hey man, hey now.
But also circling back, Rhea Ripley gets her lick back. She gets her shit back. Now, if I wasn't mistaken, I thought this was supposed to be the last women's match.
I feel like they changed it.
But they probably changed it just for like timing reasons and everything like that. But nonetheless, this was a great match. I'm glad it's finally over.
Clean
match. And also kicked Dominic in the balls. It gave him the meanest riptide. But this is what I'm saying, like when I say an era shifting type of match, because previously Friday, Tiffany Stratton cashes in her Money in the Bank. She becomes the WWE Women's Champion on SmackDown, and now Rhea gets her stuff back and gets the superstar treatment that she is, because Rhea is a star for Netflix.
And guess what? They didn't need Becky Lynch to do it either.
They didn't need Becky to do it. I mean, it's obvious Rhea is a star, obviously. You know what I'm saying? So it's no better person than to put that belt on, not taking anything away from Liv Morgan.
And again, shout out to Liv Morgan. Had her best year, hands down.
Yeah, and I think that she's absolutely not done in that main event level, in that main
not one bit
at all.
Not one bit.
I'm glad to see that her and Rhea are done with this business. Rhea can move on. Rhea got the belt. That belt is going to be looking good on Rhea going forward on Mondays. This is her second part of her reign. So again, era shifting. This is what we talk storyline. So like again, where are we not? Where's no stories? I'm not following,
because all the shit that y'all go on these blogs and these sites and these newsletters and these discords and IG communities and all these things that you think is gonna happen didn't happen. Now you look like an idiot because you're not the writer for WWE. When guess what? You never were, pal.
You never were. And you're probably not going to be. And that's okay, because that just means it's just going to stay great.
Exactly.
And you're going to stay working at McDonald's.
Exactly.
Now, also, to close out this match, people were expecting it. Look, we're not really fucking with this guy. You know what I'm saying? But there is Mark Calloway, and then there's The Undertaker.
He comes let's make that distinction right here. There are some people who we'll talk about right after this, that they have made their wrestling persona their actual real life persona. That's why they will get the shit they get. We'll talk about that in a second. Then there's also people where it's like, hey, I grew up watching Kane and Undertaker matches. Those matches were phenomenal. The characters are phenomenal.
That is not are fucking garbage.
That is not a reflection of Glenn Jacobs and Mark Calloway. Yeah, I am a fan of Kane and The Undertaker, the characters. Rest in peace to Paul Bearer. But when it comes to those two personally, and it was so funny because at first people were like, oh man, look at him. He's coming to take her moment. And what did he do? What he was paid to do.
And that's what that's the only thing they're supposed to do.
Rolled his ass back around, gave her the salute, threw the fist up,
and got the fuck up out of there.
Down. Like,
and that's it. And that is all. And that's all that's just required. And that's the only thing. Whenever it comes to Undertaker going forward, that's the only thing I want to see is him putting somebody over and leaving within 5-minute window. And that is
legend from that era. That's all I fucking want from you, is to come back, put over the new generation without wrestling, without taking all these crazy bumps, without all this dumb shit. Put them over and keep it the fuck going.
And that is it. And that was a really cool moment for Rhea. And that was just a really cool moment to celebrate her win. And that was that. And that was amazing. And also, we finally get to see the face that used to run the place.
The
champ.
Juan Cena.
Cena comes out finally, rocking, because the farewell tour begins as of Monday. You know what I'm saying? Juan Cena comes out, gives us a wonderful fiery promo just to back up Dwayne a little bit there too. Taking us again, ushering us into this new era of Netflix. I mean, come on. Hello.
Dodger blued out, by the way.
Dodger blued out in Inglewood.
Inglewood up to no good.
Hey. He gave us that promo and he said, hey, you want to know something? You want to know it'd be really cool if I win the Royal Rumble. So there we go. And I think this is the beginning of something. Over the next few weeks, you're going to see just how bloated this Royal Rumble is going to be.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's going to be really bloated.
Royal Rumble ever.
Yeah. So I'm ready to see this. I'm ready to see John go the distance in this Royal Rumble and have a lot of fun at the beginning of this farewell tour. So seeing John is always cool. It's always cool to see John out there talking. But there was also another
This is my favorite moment of the night. I'm gonna tell you why.
Honestly, my by far, I love you so much, LA. Thank you so much for
you know why we love y'all, LA. You know what? I don't even love LA. I love Triple H. I'm gonna tell you why. I feel like he knew this was going to happen.
Oh, he set him up. Oh,
my conspiracy brain says he set this motherfucker up and was like, "Oh, you want to go on TV? All right, bet. Go out there." And what happened? He took his ass out there, and what happened?
He got booed out the building. He got cooked. He got booed out the goddamn building. Fuck Hulk Hogan.
And guess what? Man. And guess what, y'all? Yes, it has nothing to do with his political affiliations. We just don't like you, Terry. So yeah.
I mean, you've always been a racist.
Yeah.
You've always been a piece of shit. Yeah. I mean, the political affiliation was just the icing on the cake.
That's a cherry on top. But just who you are as a person, you thought that people wanted to see your old ass out here?
In 2025?
In 2025?
Man, fuck out of here, bro.
Man, if you don't get the fuck on. Yeah. Hey, Rose, spend that ad money, nigga. I need that Wingstop or that Bel Air on the motherfucking mat.
Get that real American.
Y'all see what that ref is bumping on the ring? This fire approach. So I need a Bel Air Wingstop, nigga.
Get that real American beer the fuck out of here.
Hey, all my podcast niggas, I need that Bevel sponsorship. I need something in that damn ring, nigga. I don't give a fuck what's in there, nigga.
And that's all I have to say on that. Until then, fuck Hulk Hogan.
Oh my God! Oh, the Undertaker! Somebody watch your own battle. The Undertaker! Don't you know Dead Man Ace in the house? Oh God!
Yeah.
Bitch ass nigga.
Bitch ass nigga. But anyway, man. But the next match, Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre.
Oh my God, dog.
Travis
fucking Scott. Travis was blowing down OG Kush on the walkway.
That's what lets you know we on Netflix now.
Shout out to Triple H, who also said, "Hey man, Jey Uso, thank God he said no. Because it's gonna win another way."
Yeah, with the Uso history of
we don't need them in the Uso penitentiary.
Yeah, we don't need them back in the Uso penitentiary. We don't need that, bro.
Hey man,
even though California is a legal state,
it don't matter. Don't. Hey man, if you stayed away, like, oh, by the way, side note, AJ, I just want to let you know I'm proud of myself. I did not partake in a single white Christmas tree cake during the holidays.
Oh wow.
I don't know how I did it other than the grace of God Almighty. So, hey, if he can,
missed the show.
I know, but if he can hold me back, he can hold Brother Jay from partaking in the sour.
Yeah, he was blowing down that sour, bro. He was
blowing that shit down and then looking like, yeah, nigga, I'm on Netflix. What, nigga? What? Yeah. Who gonna stop me, nigga?
Yeah.
Kept it. They walked down the whole arena. Michael Cole was eating. Michael Cole was eating, nigga.
Yeah, he had that whole joint rocking. And then, the biggest hater, none other than Drew McIntyre, comes out and they get right to business and everything. And again, like I said before, you already got two you already got two happy endings here. Now we on our way to a third. And I'm like, okay, whoa.
The most shocking one of the night.
We're having a real babyface night here. Okay. All right. All right.
Hey, shout out to Drew, man. He said he blamed the loss on the contact. I thought that was fire.
Yeah, that was
pretty funny.
I don't know who's writing for Drew, or if this is just all.
This is just Drew. This is just Drew, dog.
Drew is something else, man. He's something else,
dog.
But we're not done.
That promo he cut on Busted Open when he was like, man, you'll retire. These fans won't give a fuck about you no more. He just walked. I'm like, dog, dog, I need this man to win the Rumble so fucking bad, dog. Like, please, for me, please. I need Cody Drew like it's no tomorrow at Mania, dog. But hey,
man,
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We will see. But yeah, Drew takes the roll up loss. You know what I'm saying? So I know we're not done there. We're definitely not done.
Oh no. The
The
Drew
Jey Uso
McIntyre
gets
shit
that.
list continues.
Yes, it continues. It definitely continues. And
Like,
it all culminates and gets us to the main event, like the first time ever. I want to say
it is.
something that honestly was probably supposed to happen at WrestleMania 40 had CM Punk not gotten injured, and that is CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. I think that I think that when it comes down to a match of that caliber that needed to be literally on the debut show on Netflix, I think there's no better match than this one.
Marquee.
This is marquee. This is something that we've all wanted to see for a very, very long time, and they
5 years in the making.
absolutely
5
delivered.
fucking years in the making.
Yeah.
5 years in the fucking making. We have not seen these two tangle up even in ring competition since Seth was wearing bulletproof vest in the ring.
Yeah.
This is their first time together. All the years of shit talking and promo. By the way, the week before, I'm not gonna lie, I know it's easy to say Punk cooked Seth, but Seth was getting some shit off.
Oh yeah, he was getting some shit
He
off.
was
Yeah,
getting some
they were
shit
getting some
off.
shit off. Yeah.
So yeah, but again, this is what happens when you have two professionals come together, get in that ring, go at it, and from Seth hitting the GTS clean as shit
Twice.
to Punk almost hitting the stomp to just pure good old fashioned wrestling to that pedigree on the announce table to just everything in between, man. I mean, even the finish going back to how it's the same finish he gave Moxley when he beat Moxley, like, you know, the GTS into the slump over into the GTS to okay, done, this shit's over with.
Yeah.
And from there, again, the storytelling, Punk victorious, Seth looking. I ain't seen Seth this distraught. And the last time I saw him this distraught, he took it out on the rest of the roster by gouging niggas' eyes out. So y'all better
Monday
beware.
Night Messiah.
Y'all better hey,
be careful.
Careful.
Be careful.
Careful. Last time he did this, he got a black glove. He got two big ass niggas as his security guards and started whooping ass.
Yeah.
So,
hey man, yeah, you couldn't have said it any better, man. Like everything you just said culminated into like everything I felt about this match. I enjoyed this match. I had fun watching this match. Finally seeing it. Seth can wrestle with a broom. He made Punk at 46 look like he was 32.
Seth is the best of his generation.
Yeah,
dog.
Seth is the best, man. And Punk looked great. Punk looked
like,
cool.
Listen, man.
I'm ready for part 2. Like
Not only am I ready for part 2, Punk might have eclipsed Roman with the walking up the ramp promo. He might have just done it, bro. Because him walking up talking that shit.
Yeah, he was talking shit. He's talking cash shit. Yeah. Best in the world, man. He's feeling it again. There's no Punk better than Punk that's feeling himself. So I'm telling you that right now.
Hey, listen, I'm glad that match at 40 didn't happen because you could tell he's in ring shape. He didn't got, he's looking good.
Yeah.
Even on the live events, he's having the time of his life running down the ramp with the towel.
He keeps saying that big Austrian motherfucker's name. He keeps saying his name. Hey.
They already had a bang.
I heard
for the people that were there, they said they had a banger of a steel cage match on the live event. So I can only imagine. Could it be Royal Rumble match? Could it be? Could it be one-on-one at the Royal Rumble? I don't know. I just know.
And could Seth interfere in that at the Royal Rumble? Hey, man.
Sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit on that, man. Sky's the limit. But
hey, buddy.
But hey, man. Absolutely amazing debut. I can't wait for next Monday. Next Monday, we also have a very, very loaded card. We got some really good stuff that we probably expected to happen on the debut of
But
Netflix is
I'm okay
actually
with it.
happening next
I'm
week. You
okay
want to know
with it.
why? You want to know why you're okay with that, Larry? Because that stuff deserves to be on that type of level for Netflix.
Exactly.
And that's why so they can't give it all to us in one night. You have
We'd
to
be there
spread that shit
5 fucking
out.
hours. Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Yeah. Yes, we'll
So
get Penta's debut next week.
you get Penta's debut
Yes.
next week. You get the
The
street fight between Damian Priest and Finn Balor.
the first Intercontinental Champion for the women will be crowned
Women's.
next week.
They
Not to
getting crowned
mention
next week.
all of the other back to our regularly scheduled programming shit that we'll get that will be awesome next week because we still have Friday to set this all up.
Yep.
So
yeah, man. So hey, lock in, man. Lock in. That was a wonderful debut. I can't wait for next week. But before we get up out of here, we got 2 more things to gloss over real quick because again, we had another era shifting event happen, and it happened on the near $1 million view. I'm sorry, not $1 million.
Millions. Yes.
Viewership episode
Money and Families, dog. Yes.
of WWE NXT New Year's Evil.
Finally, The Rock has returned to the CW, but also known as UPN. Yes.
Yeah. Formerly UPN. Formerly UPN. But The Rock showed up on NXT, and that was crazy. It's just crazy. And by saying his name, by saying Dwayne Johnson is going to be on NXT, got nearly 1 million eyes on the product that following night. Hey,
Come
man.
on, man. Also, first off, the show starts with an angle of like, oh man, Eddie Thorpe got beat up. We like, damn, maybe Rock whooped his ass. It's like, nah. Obafemi's like, nah,
it
was me. I whooped his ass. That was payback. And then we get into a era-defining moment for Julia and Roxanne to go out there, put on a fucking banger of a match. Roxanne's counter of her Northern Lights driver is phenomenal. I'm thinking like, okay, maybe Roxanne might retain this, but once again, clean. Gets her in the middle of the ring.
Shifting.
Gets her in the middle of the ring. Julia finally has her moment in the WWE. No, guys, it wasn't going to happen on the NXT debut on CW. You know why? You have to build story. You have to build a chase. And 3 months later, here we are.
Yep.
Beautiful.
So Julia is your new NXT Women's Champion. Also, to gloss over a few other matches that happened, Stephanie Valkyrie, she defeated Kalani Jordan, Lola Vice, and Cora Jade.
They were
Was that a number one? Was that a number one
contenders match?
Match for the North American Women's Championship. So Stephanie Valkyrie is the number 1 contender. This is
what we said.
This is movement.
This is what we said would happen.
This is what we said would happen.
Oh, and then after that, there was a 6-woman tag match between Fatal Influence and
Shotzi,
the golf chicks.
The golf women.
The golf chicks. You know what I'm saying?
And Tatum Paxley, they defeated Fatal Influence.
Shotzi Blackheart got a win. She goes to Ava, says, hey, I got a pin on the champion. I think I'm the number 1 contender. So next week, you got Stephanie Valkyrie versus Shotzi Blackheart. Her first match against a main roster talent like Shotzi Blackheart. We'll see where this goes. Probably leads to either a triple threat or a singles match down the road of the next NXT pay-per-view, PLE. We'll see. But hey, storytelling, progression, movement, you know.
Era shifting. Like, hello,
you know,
come on,
man.
Lexis King defeats Charlie Dempsey. He is now your NXT Heritage Cup champion.
Hey, building up the story of him as a character. Again, a year ago, he was He was floundering with no TV time, no nothing. Floundering. He's improving. He's putting on good matches now.
Hey, and also crowd, they like Lexus King.
Come on, man.
Hey, man. Hey, look, I'm just saying, man. I'm not over here saying the boy's on hard. I'm not saying he Bret Hart. I'm not saying
we're not saying that he's. No one said that he's prime Eddie Guerrero. Nobody said that.
Nobody's saying. I'm not even saying he's his father. But what I'm saying is that
got to grow,
something is working.
It's growing.
Yeah, it's growing. Dwayne has a very, very silly Dwayne promo, which ends up with him slapping Ethan Page on the ass.
By the way, again, big shout out to Ethan Page because he went on Chris Van Vliet and he said, one day I would love to have an interaction with The Rock, but I don't know if this is going to happen. This was like 2 or 3 months ago when he said this. Dwayne listens, people. Come on.
Dwayne's like, hey, you Ethan Page? You want to have a what's the name with me? Come on. Let's do it.
Come on.
Me, you, my daughter.
Hey, I'm the boss. I'm like the big boss. Yeah. But over here, she's the boss. Like, yeah, nigga, like what y'all think he was gonna do? Like, be like, hi, daughter. Like, no, nigga. No. Like,
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Straight up. Like that's hey, that was funny. That was hard. It also showed The Rock looking like he was brand new around the place. Like I don't know nothing about this NXT thing. Like, what am I supposed to say? Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, how is this crowd? They're different. Like,
mind you, he's still off the mana.
He didn't goosebumps is still there from the night before.
That Chahoo chant again. Yeah. Like, I feel like I have a strong theory why he's doing that shit, but I'll say that off air. But man, he is having the time of his life.
Yeah, he's
like, man, I just don't know what to do. Ava's like, go out there and feel it. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna go out there and feel it. Yeah. And the show keeps on going.
The show keeps going, but before you get to Dwayne finally coming out there,
before you say what you're finna say, big shout out to another character development. Javon Evans cutting a promo with his jaw shut. He did.
Looked kind of crazy.
He did. He did. I'm not gonna lie. He did. But you gotta make this shit believable. So,
yeah, you do.
Salute. And speaking of believable, we get our main event match. There was a singles match for the majority of the match to the final moments of the match between Obafemi, Trick Williams, and Eddie Thorpe. And
now say what we want to say or what we feel about Obafemi.
The boy can hoop.
Era shifting. The
boy can hoop. The man can hoop.
He can hoop. I may not like his character. But
I hate the fucking character.
I've never said he couldn't wrestle. The man can wrestle.
A hooper is a hooper. A baller is a baller. Hey, man, listen.
You got game. You got a bag. You got it, man.
Listen, like, I didn't like Tim Duncan's mute ass. Guess what? Tim Duncan is all-timer.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So if you can do it, you can do it. So, yeah.
But, again, era shifting. So we are setting up the next era of NXT on the same night after we just finished up with Raw on Netflix. We're setting up the next era of NXT by crowning 2 new champions in Julia and in Obafemi.
I love that they waited to give them their pyro.
that was pretty cool.
This shit was funny as hell. Because when Julia
never
won,
did that before.
Oh, when Julia won, I was like, damn, where's shit at, man? And Oba won, I was like, oh, okay, they're gonna have.
And then they brought them out, and they put it behind on the screen. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Like that's something they haven't done before. While they celebrate, because that's literally showing you right there that these are our guys.
Yeah.
Like, these are our top people now. This is the era we're in now.
And listen, Roxanne, hell, Cora, because she be with Roxanne, Trick. Hey man, it's time. It's time. It's a couple other people down there. Hey, it's time.
It's time. Trick. If there's no other sign, right, that's telling you that Roxanne and Trick are on their way to main roster, that is it right there.
That Trick Williams Royal Rumble pop might share the goddamn building.
Yeah.
It might shatter the fucking building, but
it's gonna be pretty cool, man. It's gonna be pretty cool
salute.
to see. But hey, job well done to both of them. But you're grown up now. You're grown. It's time to leave the house. It's time.
And
But yeah, man.
then the greatest drunk uncle promo.
Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck was going on, but I didn't care. I honestly didn't care because hey, The Rock is on NXT, man. Like, what can you do, bro? It's The Rock, bro, on NXT. Like, I mean,
He was gone off that shit, boy.
And he told him like, and I'm going over, and I'm stopping at 10 o'clock.
He said,
I don't
man,
give a damn.
Hey, man, that nigga was going the fuck off, man. He was like, hey, man, I just came out here to say, I love y'all niggas, man. If you smell
what The Rock is cooking,
that shit ended right on time.
Yep. Hey.
I know Booker.
Dwayne ain't never forgot about that hard cam. He know what the hard cam
man,
is. He know what that red light means.
I wish there was a camera on Booker T because I know Booker was biting through his damn gums trying not to laugh at this nigga, man. Like, look at this nigga, man. Also, shout out to them moving Corey Graves down there. I think that's going to be a good 3-man booth between the three because Corey and Booker have phenomenal chemistry to the point where they worked all y'all some years back.
Yeah.
So, that should be good.
Yeah, that's going to be really good. But, hey, man, that was NXT. That was Raw. But, hey, before we get out of here, there are a few things to discuss that happened within the realm of New Japan Pro Wrestling. I don't have a whole lot.
My time to shine.
So I'm gonna let Larry go ahead and take us through a few of these matches from Wrestle Kingdom and Wrestle Dynasty.
Oh man, let me get the card pulled up because it was a lot. I must say that it does feel good to be able to watch something that's not WWE. That's good. That's also good. So shout out to Wrestle Kingdom for providing that. You know, I must say it was really good to see ELP get his just due.
Yeah. It was good for him to win the television championship.
I must say it was good to see Shingo and Takeshita just put on a banger.
Probably match of the weekend, but there was another.
There's another. We're gonna get to that. They're okay. Also, prayers up for Doki because he literally they had to throw the X up, which is like that's unfortunate. Yota Tsuji, David Finlay, fire. Naito and Hiromu passing of the torch kind of moment. Zack Sabre and Shota, I'm not gonna lie, Shota and Zack. Listen, man, it's a Zack Sabre Jr. match. It's a New Japan style match, but if you can sit through it, it was what it was. Yeah. Now, as far as Wrestle Dynasty goes,
now David Finlay and what's his? Yota
Tsuji.
Yota Tsuji. That match was a fire match. I enjoyed that. Takeshita, 2 for 2. 2 for 2.
2 for 2 for the weekend. Yeah. I mean, just to run through Wrestle Dynasty real quick, you know, you had Yota do another good match, even though it was Jack Perry. It was like, wow. I see what they did with the Young Bucks tag match because with that, we're gonna get Young Bucks versus Naito and Hiromu at New Beginning in Osaka. So that's to get some attention on the product, which I get it. Takeshita had a fucking fire match with Ishii, man. That shit, I was like, damn, like they actually pulled it off.
Even though Ishii is boo-boo.
Yeah, but hey,
it's the
Shota and Claudio had a banger match because once again it was good. Finlay and Brody King, fire. Shout out to Brody King. He always putting on good classics.
And Finlay got his win back, so
he got his dub back. So he'll be hunting for some more gold, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But also I think his contract may be up, so keep an eye out on that too. There's a couple people like him, Cobb, a few other people that might be on the move. So we'll keep y'all posted. let's get the bullshit out the way. Zack Sabre comes out the next night and has a 20-minute match, which I love because he got to the point and he made that bald nigga tap out. So salute.
Fire. Salute to
Fire.
for
10
that.
stars.
Fire.
10 stars.
10 stars.
You know what I'm saying? Young punks grow old, nigga, and made that nigga tap. I'm not giving this shit no attention. I just want y'all to know that not everybody deserves to be a belt collector, and the belt collector gimmick does not work for everybody.
It does not. It barely works for Kenny Omega.
It didn't work for Kenny Omega. Hell, in my opinion, it didn't work for Kenny Omega.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's fair.
But speaking of Kenny Omega, when it is time for Kenny Omega to go back to Japan, his home. I don't give a fuck if he's from Canada. I don't give a fuck what he did in Reseda. His home. It's a certain pair of boots that get put on.
Yeah.
And he put them boots on.
Yes, he did. He put them in, and it's in fantastic shape. Kenny is in like.
I think it was a blessing in disguise that he got that unnecessary weight off. He got the abs back.
Yeah.
You know.
It's looking like 2016 Omega.
Yeah, he looking like 2019 Omega. Like, you know, he might not. And again, I love the fact that he was in a match where he could get to that brawler style, so he doesn't have to do as much flips and things like that. But hey, even bigger moment to me for Gabe Kidd. That's how you make an impact and say, hey, I'm Gabe fucking Kidd, like he will tell you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Gabe Kidd. An even bigger moment for me, honestly. Shout out to Kensei. That was a big moment for his, you know, because he has Gabe's theme. That was a huge moment.
Shout out to Kensei Abbott.
Shout out to Kensei Abbott. But I'll just say this, man. If you are a proud patron, you will see some great content from the land of the rising sun related on your Patreon screen very soon. So
very, very soon.
Very,
literally
very soon.
Very soon. Like soon.
Soon.
So be on the lookout.
Just soon. Soon.
Yeah. Soon. Be on the lookout for that. Yeah, so, but man, I agree, man, with everything that you just said. Hey, Kenny's back. I hope Kenny's back again to give us some really good stuff, regardless of where he is in terms of like where companies he's in. You know.
Oh, and big shout out to New Japan for letting Jacksonville man know, hey, you ain't just finna take our shit. To catch the gang too.
Oh yeah, shout out to them for pulling that card.
Yeah, when we come to the US, nigga, we expect some to catch the matches on our cards. We selling these promos. And also, thank God and shout out to Tanahashi for knowing it is time to hang this shit up. I need to be a company man and a family man and a man that will cry at the beauty of pro wrestling. Because if you watch the Kenny Omega Gabe Kidd match, you will see why that man was crying afterwards. And he said this shit.
Probably because I can't do it no more.
Nah, he said this shit is. He said
I can't do it like that.
He said this shit is beautiful, nigga. Like, yeah. Shout out.
And then with Tanahashi, Shibata, you need to hang it up too. I'm just
hang it
up.
Shibata, you got America made you much bigger than what you really were over there.
Yeah.
You had your run.
Hang it up.
Take the shit
down.
Take it down.
You got CTE. Please
take it down. Take it down.
Like, but yeah, man. Yeah. I think for the place that New Japan has been in within the recent year or two, I think this weekend really did a really good number for them. You know what I'm saying? Despite the injection of that other company coming in to try to, you know, have the second night of Wrestle Kingdom really, you know, be a part, be theirs, you know what I'm saying? It still worked heavily in favor for New Japan in the end, and I think that's a great thing for them because they didn't look like they got finessed.
Oh no, they made them kiss. Listen, man.
Yeah.
just because they took the tag titles, again, they're still going to have to defend those tag titles at New Japan shows. So you're getting their guys like the Bucks, like Takeshita, like Omega to come and work our shows. So it's not like, I know Tanahashi's going to have his final match in the USA. I want to say it's like April the 13th or 14th in Chicago. Pretty sure they're going to line up a nice opponent for him for that. Again, those sales generate money for New Japan. So salute to them. And again, money is money right now. Shout out to Pro Wrestling Noah.
Shout out to Pro Wrestling Noah, bro.
Omos.
Shout out to Omos. Shout out to
Keeping
Omos.
a job. Shout out to my nigga. Keeping the
getting
job.
The belt over there, bro.
Getting the belt.
Hey, shout out to
Shinsuke,
Omos,
man. Shinsuke once again.
Yeah.
Hey, keep your eye out, man, because I'm telling y'all, I feel like this is the year we're getting that WWE PLE in Japan and in Mexico. I just feel it in my bones, but we're going to see.
We're going to see. We're going to see, man. But, hey, man, another wonderful show. It is good to be back.
Absolutely.
Especially with this type of energy that's going on in the world of pro wrestling and everything. We're headed to the best season that there is.
Yes.
I don't give a damn. Christmas can kiss my ass.
Take that goddamn tree down.
Take that tree down.
Take that tree down.
It's over.
Take the tree down.
The real season now. It's WrestleMania season, bro. So hey, we about to really kick this off. Raw on Netflix kicked this whole thing off. You know what I'm saying? I know everyone likes to say it really starts after the Royal Rumble, but I think it starts right now. So we're on the way there.
You got Raw on Netflix. You got 3 hours SmackDown. NXT's in a new era. Saturday night's main event is on the way.
Main event on the 25th. On the 25th, Saturday night main event.
Week before Rumble.
Hey, get ready, man. Get locked in, man. We got a lot of wrestling to cover along this way, man.
Yes.
So definitely be tapped in. As of this recording, Show Your Work will be live. You probably already have consumed it by the time this is out. So,
but if you haven't, episode 206 is out there on all your favorite platforms. So, tap into everything that the union has going on. Beacons.ai /the union.
Yes, sir.
Link to the Discord. You get what we're doing pod related. Shout out to Guesses from the Stands. They just came back this week as well from their holiday vacation. So tap in with the brothers. Let's see what 2025 has for all of us. Shout out to everybody affiliated with us. Again, shout out to the lovely ladies at Bitch Bops. That's their name, guys. I know it's crazy, but that's their name. Year-end playlist is still out there. Boldy James playlist is out there. More union content on the way. Because trust, one thing about it, two things for sure. If me and AJ got to hold the pitchfork out, we're going to do this shit our damn selves. So we're going to make sure that all of us are doing our damn thing for 2025, man. And I can't wait. Again, shout out to Nelson. Super Art Radio episode 2 out right now on the Show Your Work YouTube channel. But again, it's always patreon.com /SYWNET. And it is always patreon.com /MIC podcast. Only for the lovely price of $3. You can't even buy a quarter pounder with cheese for $3. But we
can't
can
even get a carton of eggs anymore.
We can $3. You can barely get a carton of milk for $3, but we'll feed you for the whole month for $3.
$3. And with that being said,
Union,
we out.
It is what it is. Peace.
Thank you for listening to Mid Carders and Catering Podcast, a weekly podcast focused on pro wrestling and sports entertainment. Mid Carders and Catering Podcast is created and executive produced by Amir Johnson. Music, Miami Boulevard by Offbeat Ninja and Maple by Blair North. Special thanks goes out to Show Your Work Network and Guessing from the Stands podcast. Mid Carders and Catering is powered by The Union.